How can a person be confident and not humble? Your confidence with humility can do this wonder. Namaskar, Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Good morning. Now that we have covered 7 points in our 7 episodes, I know the episodes were longer than your expectations, but academics, if cut short, will lose the gravity, will lose its sense. Although I'm trying to make it as brief as possible, but sometimes we cannot cut something, and I'm sure you will appreciate it. Let us come to point number 8. Always be confident, yet humble. Another paradox. A leadership personality, a leader, a project in charge, a manager, a teacher, a monitor, the president of any association, general secretary of any association, any coach, any captain, has to have confidence with lot of humility. Humbleness is a virtue which everybody is not blessed with. It has to be acquired. It has to be obtained. One has to acquire it if we don't have. Because generally people, after becoming confident, they become overconfident. They become arrogant. They become snobbish. They become rigid. I know this. I know better than you. I know better than him. I can do better than anybody. Gone. Everything is gone. What he has learned. If you look back in all the 7 points, all the 7 elements of leadership render you confidence to be a leader. If I reiterate all the 7 points, it will be long. It will make the episode more longer. But I would like to say, if you have been able to understand, read it properly, understood it properly, imprinted in your mind, and made a part of your body, mind and soul, making it a personality trait, nobody can stop you from becoming a true leader. Confidence and humility, the fusion of these two seemingly paradoxical or contradictory virtues that would make your team, your group of people, your college, your school, your organization, your company, as well as your own team, both empowering and unique. Your confidence with humility can do this wonder. If the leader, captain, project in charge, manager, CEO, business head, managing director, president does not have this virtue, he is bound to fail. I'm giving a shout to it. He is bound to fail. And you must have seen many people failing like that. They were very good people, they were very good in charge, they were very good technocrats, they were very good managers. Once they lost the humility, years, hard work, image lost. Sometimes it becomes so radical, so embarrassing. The person is constrained to leave that place. A person is made to leave that place. Without humility, nothing is possible. This is a fact that every team member is attracted to the confidence of a true leader, not the kind of pop culture bravados, which mean nobody can do better than me, I'm the best. That is an overly brash statement and arrogance projected without any need, unnecessarily, that shows up in someone who speaks their mind with little consideration of others and tells us a good story, usually about themselves. Self-speakers, self-admirers, apne mein mittu, that kind of a show is sure to be intriguing. The stories might be entertaining for a while, but eventually they wear thin and people see through the veneer to a poser who is trying to compensate for some insecurity. See? Anybody who will start brushing, start bragging, start speaking high of himself, it means he is feeling insecure. And a person who is not secure because of his own problems will start behaving like that. If anybody has been able to immerse himself, I'm saying the word again, immerse himself into all the 7 points discussed earlier in all 7 episodes, he will never do it like this. He will automatically become humble because he's learned to be with the people, still not be one of them. He has learned to be tough and not mean. He is always in control but knows when to let it go. He knows how to convert the constraints into an opportunity. He has understood the meaning of being servant, not a pushover. He has been able to reject the wisdom by not showing that he knows everything. He still is a student, he always says. He is learner. He has started responding without speaking. He has started acting without reacting. All these 7 stars on his shoulders, on his chest, on his forehead, these 7 stars make him special, renders confidence and automatic humbleness, humility. Nobody can win over him. He is always a winner. It reminds me of a real time, my own life story. Way back in 1980, yes, exactly 1980, I was working in the finance department of a Scotch JCB with a gem of a person who had been and has been my mentor, Mr. Vineet Saxena. He was manager of finance and administration. He was one of the youngest managers in the history of the Scots. I think he was a gold medalist MBA in those days, and he was full-fledged manager at 25 or 26. But he was a wonderful man, God-gifted man, born leader. He taught me how to be humble. He rendered so much of confidence when I was working with him. Okay, let me come back to the point. One day, when after the office hours, I was about to go out, I was at the gate, and in those old days, the factory was far away from the city, almost 15 kilometers. There used to be hardly any mode of transport. We used to go by cycle or by public transport. But on that day, my cycle got punctured, and I was just walking out of the gate, and his car reached the gate. He asked me to come in because he knew that I had to go to a Scots plant 1, where from I'll get my mode of transport to home. But he used to like me. He said, Annil. He used to call me Annil because he was from Bhopal. His accent was different. Annil, I give you a question to be answered in one word. Today, you're not going home. You're going with me to my home. Let's have dinner together. I'll get you dropped back. It was a pleasant surprise. There is a railway flyover after a Scotch JCB. The moment car started climbing the flyover, he put me the question. Annil, the question is, what is the biggest treasure of human being? You have to answer me in one word. And the time is till we reach Ashram Chowk. It means it was a 30 minutes drive in those days. There was not much of rush on the highway. He said, it's very simple. By the time we went down from the flyover, I said, sir, it's honesty. He said, no. I said, I thought, if honesty is not the treasure, what is there? I started thinking. I said, discipline. He said, no. I said, trust. He said, no. I said, faith. He said, no. I said, concentration. He said, no. This way, car was running, time was passing. I could think of 8-9 words. By the time car reached almost Ashram, crossed Friends Colony, he said, you got only 2 minutes, Annil. You will lose her. No, I was bugged up. What kind of a person he is? I given him 9 options. He said no. Dimag ki batti jal gayi. My mind was enlightened. Man, you are getting bugged up on your boss, your mentor, your coach, your best friend. You're losing temper. Why? He said, Annil, 30 seconds. I said, sir, it is temperament. He said, yes, 100% right. I give you full marks, less 10%. I said, why 10% less? He said, because you took 30 minutes almost and used 9 options, alternates. So you lost 10 numbers. So that way, he taught me how to keep cool, how to be humble. You might also have been subjected to this kind of situation in your life, by your teachers, by your parents, by your coach, by your mentor, by your guides. So my friends, professionally speaking, every peer and subordinates are drawn to truly authentic kind of confidence, often demonstrated in a quiet, calm resolve that is understood yet powerfully present and fearless, the way my boss did with me. It is grounded in being overly prepared, extreme competent, and willing to risk big things on behalf of others. It can stand up to a lot of tension and flak. It can also sit back and make room for others to contribute. Humility makes us more accepting of ourselves and less judgmental of others. My boss taught me the humility. He was not judgmental. He was giving me room. He made me to sit back and think over it, and did the same thing also. How can a person be confident and not humble? Although it's paradoxical, but this is the name of the game, this is the key of the success. Yes, every team member, may it be above the line or below the line, both are drawn to humility of the leaders who have realistic awareness of their own limitations, insufficiencies in the need of others. We need to understand the needs of others. This is a key part of humility, key part of being confident. Humility makes you more accepting of yourself and less judgmental of others. Once you become humble, you will be more accepting, more understanding, more conforming, more realistic, and less judgmental. Because as a human being, as an experienced professional, as a true mature leader, you will be with them, being there as a leader, but not one of them, becoming less judgmental. In other words, true leaders or great managers are compassionately demanding. You are there with them, but not like one of them. That is why they continually raise the bar and ask a lot of their teammates, but with empathy and deep-seated appreciation for how hard the project or mission is. You have to be really humble to be a true leader. Without humility, all the 8 points are big zero. And with all these 8 points, you are a hero. You are a true leader. Again, I would say in this episode also, please read what I have said. What God has blessed me to say. I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I'm a big zero. I believe in God. He is giving me wisdom, patience, control, confidence, humility, sustenance, full connectivity with Him and the ground of the subject. Please read it. You will be able to read it when you will write it. You will be able to write it when you listen it carefully, watch it carefully. And careful watching and listening takes time. You have to do it more than one time. So my friends, make me to learn more. Teach me. Come back with your comments, remarks. Be a critic. But learn yourself out of that being a critic. I will very heartfully, very willfully welcome your comments. Let's conclude this episode here. Meet you again in episode 9 and point number 9 tomorrow. Please pardon me for this long episode, but it's imperative. I can't help it. Just imagine if I miss out few lines out of it, few moments out of it. Don't you think that it will lose its sense, its gravity, its force? So Thank you very much for giving your valuable time. See you again tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. Stay blessed. Have a good time. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. On the left side of the screen, there is this logo. Just press it with the arrow. It will be subscribed automatically. Like and share. You have to do it yourself. Going to the video. Please do it. It encourages me. It helps me to be there at all times with full force and energy. Thank you. Bye-bye.